All right, kids. Next topic. Crack open your trapper keepers. Should you acknowledge a trick if you see them in public? And or do you acknowledge a sister at a sex club or orgy? My answer to both is a flat out no.
Ooh, children, where are our fucking heads at? Okay, I can only answer honestly about how I feel. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get into a kiki ooh la la about last night's American Horror Story, but I'm definitely going to be like, yo, baby, give you a wave from across the room.
I think that's wrong. In that context, mama, they want to be anonymous. They're not there to kiki ooh la la. You're gonna ruin the mood for them. And it's not the time or place. If you see a sister in a sex club or wherever, and by the way, who goes to sex clubs anymore? Leave them be and don't acknowledge them.
I am the type of person, and let me tell you this, that just in case for all you queens out there that know me, that if I happen to see you up at the spa or something like that, or cruising in the Meat Racket Fire Island, yes, I am going to walk by you and I'm going to say hello. And I'm going to read if you do not say hello. I don't care if you have a dick in your mouth or some guy is beating you with his testes. I'm going to walk by and I'm going to be like, and you better say something. You better at least give me like a back. Because I'm going to be like, listen, if you see me, you know that we know each other. So let's not fake. Listen to this bullshit. We're all men having sex. What's the first part of that question again?
Because the first part of the question is, do you acknowledge a trick in the street?
If he's walking down the street with his boyfriend who doesn't know that his boyfriend occasionally has sex with other guys, you just walk on by. Walk on.
No, see, that's when I'll blow it up.
You just walk on by, Mary.
Are you gonna?
No, because you ain't trying to end no marriages. But if they're alone and you had a good time, acknowledge.
You can't wreck a home that isn't ready to be wrecked, honey.
Yes, you do acknowledge them. If only to make them slightly uncomfortable. But then you also must realize that if you acknowledge them, they may take that as a sign that you want to kiki ooh la la once again, and then you're going to have like that conversation.
Or worse, that they want to kiki ooh la la with them and their boyfriend.
Oh, I'm not. I say no. I'm not down with that.
I don't acknowledge a trick in the street ever. Because a
trick in the street, honey, you barely acknowledge a trick in the sheets.
If I'm going about my day and I happen to bump into a trick or one night stand or whatever it is, I'm not going to acknowledge them for several reasons. A, I'm running around town looking a hot mess. Please don't notice me. B, maybe it wasn't that good. I don't want to get into a conversation about it. I don't want to like do it again. 3, maybe it was like super, super good, but I'm not really up for a rematch because how many times can you bat your A game? And 4, you don't know me. You don't know me.
When someone's had their face in your ass for like 2 hours, I think it's sort of bad form not to at least like wave to them in the street and say hi.
How often do you run into a sister at a sex club?
Right. I think it really depends on how often you go to sex clubs and orgies, and are your sisters trashy like you? But I have a friend, he shall remain nameless. Many, many, many years ago, when we used to frequent booth stores, it was the 80s, we were young and beautiful, that she would see me and, Miss Honey, you know who you are. She would see me and turn tail and walk in the other direction, and she would walk right by me like she didn't know me, and like she'd walk into some booth, and Miss Honey, I would knock on that door and be like, Miss Thing, you know me, I'm Miss Matinga. Don't ignore me.
That's why she turned tail, because she didn't want you causing a scene, baby.
Well, but if she had just walked by me and been like, hey, girl, or give me just like a what's up, mama?
Yeah, but listen to what you just said. Hey, girl, and what's up, mama? Anybody with an earshot is going to be like, oh, I ain't touching that one.
I'm mama, but we live in the real world, though. Like, it's not like I'm still who I am, whether I'm walking down the street or I'm like in some booth store.
If you were at a sex club and you're looking at a hot guy and then he says to somebody, hey, mama,
I would be fine with that.
But you're a freak.
But I'm a freak, exactly. Like, usually I could have been wearing a freakum dress at that moment.
Yeah. I think it's, you don't want to blow up anyone's fantasy. They're there to be like anonymous and carrying on, and they don't want to see one of their girlfriends across the way be like, hey girl, what's up? I mean,
or how about just a quick and curt nod as we walk by you?
Who does heroin anymore?
I will give you a quick and curt nod, or if the situation seems like it's called for, I'll stop and say, hey, how are you? La, 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 la. I mean, that might actually make them think that you want to have sex again. And so perhaps you don't want to do that if you don't want to have sex with them again. But yeah, listen, if you sat on my face for like an hour and it was really, really good, I'm gonna say hi to you in the grocery line, bitch.
There's just manners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be like, those melons, good. So were yours, baby.
Like if I see them and they don't see me, honey, I am gonna skedaddle. Like I don't want to get into any kind of like conversation.
I had some dude in Whole Foods, which we turned into Whole Foods, actually stick his finger in my ass in the frozen food section. This dude that I had actually had once or twice, and he was, and as a greeting, he like stepped up to me, kind of pressed into me. I turned back, I was like, "Oh, hey, you!" And real quick, he stuck 2 fingers in my butt.
Miss Honey told me a story about on Long Island, some guy that he knew that worked in like the seafood department that would jack off in like the fish.
Oh no, Mom.
Yeah, totally.
No.
Trust the Gortons, fishermen.
Don't trust the Gortons fishermen, clearly. Like, sometimes you're really not ready to say hello to anyone, and I do dig that. Right. But Miss Matinga is of a mind that you always say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. Slightly...
You always say hello.
You say it like that so they don't say anything else. Hey, you don't say hey, you're just like, hello.
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 I say, kids, if it's someone that you like on a personal level, say hi to them. If it's someone that means nothing to you, keep on walking and don't look back.
Lessons from the ladies at HOMEWERQ. Hello.